Hello everyone. Today I'll show you how to use the PubNub Storage and Playback API with Swift. PubNub's core functionality is pub/sub messaging, which was covered in the previous video. Once messages have been sent with the PubNub data stream network, you can retrieve them later with the History API. Messages can be sent with a time to live or stored indefinitely. Messages can also be deleted, enabling your application to be GDPR compliant. Before we look at the Swift code, you must enable storage and playback for your API keys. To enable storage and playback, as well as set the time to live for your messages, visit dashboard.pubnub.com. Here we have a Swift playground where the PubNub SDK has been imported. First, a client is created for the PubNub configuration using the PubNub API keys. Then a function to retrieve the last 10 messages from a channel. Notice how the start and end values are set to nil. If you define these values, only messages within that time slice would be returned. Next, a function to retrieve messages since a time. If over 100 messages are returned from the API call, then a subsequent fetch is made. This code can be dangerous on client devices if the message volume is high because it may crash your program. I've published 200 messages to a test history channel to demonstrate these functions. If you run the fetch last 10 function, you'll get a list of the last 10 messages in the console. If you run the history newer than function with the start time set so as to include all messages, you'll get all 200 messages printed in the console. If there were no messages ever sent to the channel, an empty array would be returned. This message functionality is ideal for chat applications. When a user opens a chat application, the client can download the messages previously sent while the user was offline. Now that you understand the PubNub History API, you can build applications like a real-time stock trading dashboard, a pizza delivery tracker, or anything else you can imagine. In the next video, we'll cover PubNub's presence feature with Swift.